Hi everyone, it's me, Beaticali Sunflower. So I thought I'd hop on today and unbox this deck with you. So I received this deck yesterday. It was a pre-order and it's called The Wizard of Oz Tarot Deck and Guidebook. And I think it's by Insight Editions. It's got here, includes a fully illustrated 78 card deck and 128 page guidebook. Explore your past, present and future along the yellow brick road with Dorothy, Toto, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow and the rest of the gang from over the rainbow during your next tarot reading. This fully illustrated tarot deck and comprehensive guidebook features the original illustrations that matched characters from the film with classic tarot archetypes, making it a fresh interpretation of a tarot deck. That sounds interesting. I love The Wizard of Oz. So let's open this up. Take off all the plastic packaging. Okay, so it's got a left off box. Let's just shake this up a bit. Okay, and at the side of the box it's got the Glenda and the Wicked Witch. It's got the Insight Edition logo. It's got a broomstick and stuff and all the different suits, so I'm assuming. So let's open this up. Okay, inside of the box has got like, I think these could be the suits. So I know that they've been changed. So you lift it up, beautiful. Then inside the deck, inside the box, you get the deck. These are the backs of the cards. Let's just keep the deck to one side while I look at the book first. So the guidebook is supposed to be 128 pages. Let me just check to see if that's correct. Yep, it's 128 pages. It's written by Erica Davis and illustrated by David E. Alto. It's got a contents page, so it's got the introduction, understanding your tarot deck, and then it goes through each of the major arcanas. Then for the minor arcanas, it's in the suits of brooms, cans, spears and bricks. And then it talks about preparing to read tarot, the spreads, about the author and about the illustrator. Introduction. You may be ready to step away from Kansas, but is Kansas ready to let you go? What in good gracious does that matter? If you're ready, you're ready, and the land of Oz has been expecting your arrival for some time. May the Wizard of Oz Tarot Deck and Guidebook clarify any past, present or future roads for you. Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion look forward to keeping you company on your journey. Long before Professor Marvel's journey with the crowned heads of Europe, tarot has guided tricksters, cowards and farmhands alike on their paths to success, quite possibly in ways they were never expecting. Tarot is simply one way to connect with your internal guide system by amplifying your own intuition. The 78 cards in this deck each hold multiple meanings that reveal answers waiting behind the closed curtains. Each entry in this guidebook provides interpretations of both the upright and reverse meanings of all 78 cards. You're more than welcome to use the sample card layouts in the back or make up your own as you go. Perhaps the most magical thing about tarot is that there is no wrong way to read these cards. So it talks about understanding your tarot. And when it goes into the major arcana. So for the major arcana, you get like a sepia colour picture. I wonder if they're all, okay, so you get a picture, they're not all sepia. And then it gives you a bit of a blurb about the card. It gives you an upright and reverse meaning. So let's have a look at the 4. These storms are growing. and getting awfully close. And like Dorothy Gale, it's time to brace yourself for an adventure. The Fool is on the verge of growing up, but still holding tightly to some childlike thoughts and beliefs. What else might be out there waiting for Dorothy? Is there something more for her outside of her bucolic farm life? Regardless of whether she is ready or not, the Twister is heading this way, and Dorothy's window for adventure is opening. So it's got here upright. Whatever has been preventing you from moving forward with a goal is crumbling. This is the right time to prepare, and it's okay if you're not ready for it. Something in the back of your mind has been preparing you for approaching a storm. This is the time to acknowledge the naivety of the situation at hand, then let it go. Reverse. Dorothy's hasty decision to run away with Toto seemed like a good idea at the time, but was it? As admirable as childlikeness can be, her decision to run away is not the most thorough of plans and highlights her inner turmoil. Are you making a choice in haste? Slow down. Let it brew a bit longer. Not taking any action is a valid choice, and it's okay to step back. Your plan will be there when you're ready. So it kind of links the tarot card meanings to the story of the Wizard of Oz. So let's have a look at the minor arcanas and see how they're laid out. So the suit of brooms. I wonder if brooms are the wands. So it just gives you an upright and reversed meaning for the brooms. There's no kind of blurb. And then I'm assuming that the cans will be the cups. So the spears would be the swords. And then the bricks would be the pentacles, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think that's the pentacles, the bricks. And then it talks about tarot readings in the book. So, and also tells you how to care your deck, which I think is important to look after your deck. Preparing to read a tarot. So you've got the companion spread. The Wicked Witch Diary spread, which is a 5-card spread. You've got the Twister, which is a 9-card spread. And then let's have a look at the author and the illustrator. So the author is Erica Davis. She's a freelance editor, intuitive consultant, and the author of The PH Didn't Handbook, How to Quit Grad School Like a Champ. Erica's articles on grief and fandom, writing with ADHD and quitting, have appeared on Nerdist, Pipeline, Artists, and The Professor Is In, respectively. She lives in the edge of the woods with her husband, 2 rescue dogs, and several chickens. Erica is a self-certified Shruti historian and welcomes connections via @Dork Witchery. Then the illustrator is called David Orti. David is spelled with an E. He's an Italian artist living in Spain. He studied art. I can't read the name of the college. I can't pronounce it. On that Italian island, he began working as a graphic designer in advertising, and at the same time he developed his pictorial side while showing in different exhibitions. In 2008, he moved to Madrid, where he discovered the world of children illustrations. Open, melancholic spaces, atmospheres between dreams and reality, a strong chromatic impact, and fantastic elements are the main features of his work, where time stops to showcase big emotions in small people, a mixture that aims to inspire both the fantasy of childhood and the hearts of adults. But it just tells you where to find Insight editions. Okay, so let's have a look at the tarot cards. Right, so these are the backs of the cards. I don't know if they look like Oz, but I guess that's supposed to emulate Oz. In terms of size, if I compare it to a regular RWS deck, it's the same size. Okay, so let's turn these cards round and flick through them. So you have the Fool, where Dorothy runs away with Toto, in black and white. The Magician is the Wizard of Oz, and these are all the different suits because they've been changed to brooms, bricks, spears and water cans. The High Priestess is Glinda, which is a good witch. The Empress is Dorothy's aunt. I can't remember what her name is. It looks like that Dorothy's life in Kansas is sepia. That's what it looks like. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, and then you've got the Emperor, which is Dorothy's uncle, which is also in sepia. And the Hierophant is the guy that Dorothy first encounters when she runs away with Toto before the storm. I think he was like a mini wizard. So the Lovers card has been changed to Kindred. I wonder why that they've changed that name. Sorry for the noises, I've got my window open. The Chariot, again, is in the Wizard of Oz. When Dorothy goes to visit the wizard, I think this is the horse that changes many colours, but it takes her to the wizard. This is one of the farm workers. You've got the Hermit. I don't know what character this is. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. And then Justice is when Dorothy's house lands on the Wicked Witch. She takes those ruby slippers. This is the Hanged One. And this is one of the farm workers in Kansas who also played the Scarecrow character when she gets to Oz. So you've got Death, Temperance. This is the character that wants to take Toto away when she's in Kansas. And in the film, she also plays the Wicked Witch of the West. The Tower is when the house goes to Oz. The Star is Glinda. I like this scene. This is the scene when the Wicked Witch of the West puts poppies on the yellow brick road to deter them from crossing and meeting the wizard. The Moon is the crystal ball, and this is the Wicked Witch of the West's crystal ball. The Sun is Dorothy's slippers, because these are the slippers that take her back to Kansas, where she wants to be. Judgment. The World. This is when Dorothy has just landed in Oz and she opens up the door to the house and she looks out at the brightly coloured Oz. So the brooms, I'm assuming that the brooms would be wands. Let's just see. So you've got the King of Brooms, which is the Scarecrow. The Queen of Brooms, which is the person that wanted to take Dorothy's dog. I can't remember what her name was. All the cards that are Kansas based in America are sepia, and all the characters or sceneries in Oz are in colour. And in the film, the Kansas part was black and white, and then the film became colour once Dorothy reached Oz. But it's such a strange pairing to put these two together as King and Queen. That's what I'm understanding. So you've got the Knight of Brooms. This is one of the Wicked Witch of the West security guards that gave Dorothy the slippers after she made her shrink. The Page of Brooms. This is when Dorothy's actually coming to Oz and she sees all these flashing images outside her window. So you've got the Ace of Brooms. Yes, this I think this is the wands. The Two of Brooms. The Three of Brooms. That's the Four. The Five of Brooms. It's quite hard to relate these characters, though, to the actual tarot archetypes for me. Six of Brooms. I think this part here is after Dorothy killed the Wicked Witch of the West and she asked them for her broom because that's her victory to get home to Oz. This is Seven of Brooms. The Scarecrow there standing his ground. Eight of Brooms. The Nine of Brooms. And the Ten of Brooms. So the cans, I'm assuming, is water. When I think about it now, the Scarecrow's always scared of catching a light, so that's why he's the wands. And I guess with the Tin Woodman, if he got wet, he used to rust. So I can understand why he's been made the king of cans or water. So the Queen of Cans is Auntie M. Again, I don't know why they'll put these two together. It's just very odd. But I'm sure that the book will say so. The Knight of Cans is, I think this is Professor Marvel. Or Marvel. Page of Cans, I can't remember this character. Then we've got the Ace of Cans. The Two of Cans is, I guess, when Dorothy first met the Tin Woodman and she's oiling his joints. But it's also supposed to be like a dating card. I don't understand that part of this. So this is the Celebrations. The Three of Cans. That's the missed opportunity there because they've got the oil can there and he's contemplating. I can't remember what the name of the woman was that he was in love with. This is the Five of Cans. And that's Dorothy crying over spilt milk. And this is the Wicked Witch of the West. You know, I think there are tads of RWS in this deck. So I think you could read this deck if you wasn't familiar with the story, to be quite honest. This is the Six of Cans. Or the Six of Cups. The Seven. All the choices are in the crystal ball of the Wicked Witch of the West. This is the Eight of Cans. This is when Dorothy is in Kansas. This is when they're going to visit the wizard and they kind of get themselves all done up. So she's quite comfortable in this picture. And this is the Tin Woodman after he's received his heart, you know. He's really happy, elated, you know, and he's happy that he can love again. So the spears or the swords is the suit of the lion, and it makes sense because he was cowardly. But look at him there. This is, you know, he looks very regal, very strong. And the Queen is the Wicked Witch of the West, sorry. I'm not sure why they've paired these two together. I guess because she was wicked, and you know the Queen of Swords are normally strong-minded and quite ruthless at times. And I guess with the Cowardly Lion, with the King of Spears, that's what he wanted to aim to be, more ruthless, more strong, more courageous, but he was a bit of a coward beforehand. So it makes sense now. The Knight of Spears was the tree that was throwing apples at Dorothy and the Scarecrow. He was thinking too fast and he was actually giving them what they wanted, which was these apples. That's the Page of Spears. This is one of the monkeys that worked with the Wicked Witch of the West. She got the Ace. This is the Two of Spears. This is the person who was in Kansas. Maybe she's trying to decide, should I take Toto or not? This is the Three of Spears, which is the Tin Woodman's heart. Four of Spades. The Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven. Eight of Swords. Four Spears. I'm not understanding why Glenda will be in this. Maybe because it was Glenda that freed Dorothy, because Dorothy always thought that she wouldn't go home, and Brenda showed her that light. Oh, Glinda, sorry, I'm calling her Brenda. This is the anxiety that Dorothy was having when the Wicked Witch of the West captured her. And this is the lion being overwhelmed by fear. So the last suit is bricks, which would be the equivalent of the coins. This is her uncle, who's the king. And Glinda is the queen. Okay. So a Knight of Bricks. A page. And we go into the Ace. That's the Two of Bricks, and it's got the affinity signal in the middle. I don't know if you can see it there. This looks like three munchkins trying to repair the yellow brick road. This is one of the Wicked Witch of the West's monkeys clinging on to those bricks. Five of bricks. This is the Six, because Dorothy sees the wizard as the only person that can give her victory. I'm not understanding this, you know, this with the Six of Pentacles, which I see as somebody being quite generous. Yes, he's given the monkeys emeralds, which is, I guess, is a generous gesture. This is the Seven of Bricks. This person's working hard to probably to make the bricks that go on the yellow brick road. It's a skill in its own right. Nine of Pentacles to me is like an independent kind of woman that normally has her own business and stuff. And I guess for Dorothy, when she first started on her journey to the yellow brick road to try and get back to Kansas, she was doing it independently on her own, and she had to be strong and independent to fulfill that journey. And the Ten of Bricks is when the professor tries to take Dorothy home, but ends up, you know, not doing it. I guess Emerald City's his family. I'm not really understanding how it links to the Ten of Pentacles, but I guess when I read the book, I'll understand it more. Okay. So the cardstock for this deck is matte. It's like a smooth matte. Let me shuffle these cards. They're quite thick to shuffle, but I don't mind a thick deck because I'm an overhand shuffler. But I'm not sure how the other kind of shufflers would like it, like a riffle or a bridge shuffler. It's a bit thick. So I might complain of the thickness. But can you hear that shuffling? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. So what do I think of this deck? I like it, you know, and I like how it's got two colour palettes, like the film. Because if you remember in the film with Judy Garland, the black and white scenes were when she was in Kansas, and the colour scenes were when she reached Oz. And I also like that the actual Tin Woodman, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion have got their own suits. And I like how the card is associated to the Cowardly Lion, because when they were in Kansas, this character here played the same character who played the lion. He was a coward in Oz, but he had quite a lot of strength to deal with the pigs when he was in Kansas. And the world card, I like that, how that's in between worlds. You know, she's the outside, well, the house is Kansas, but when she opens the door, that's the beautiful, colourful world of Oz. Like the Scarecrow, you know, he's the king of brooms, which is wands, and wands is associated with fire, and fire is his worst fear, because if he gets set alight, that would be it for him. I can kind of understand why they use the suits and why they use the archetypes. And I think that if you don't know the Wizard of Oz, you'll still be able to read this deck, because it is very Rider-Waite inspired, in my opinion. But I do think knowing the story would help you with the characters. I like it. That's all I can say. I haven't got anything else to add. But I think there's been a lot of thought, especially with the colour changes and stuff like that. And the artwork is very nice as well. You can kind of identify the characters within. And even though the suits have been changed, to me, I think they're quite fitting changes. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave a link for this tarot deck inside the description bar. Bye for now.